Hello, everybody, and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43, and tonight we have our first look at the upcoming patch notes for June the 22nd of 2020. So, the server maintenance is scheduled, obviously, on June 22nd, after which the update will be pushed to consoles. Okay? Xbox between 2 and 5 a.m. Central Time, 7 to 10 a.m. Universal Time. The update size is going to be 2.1 gigabytes, so for those of us with a very slow connection, just be ready to wait for it. Or if you're at work at the time that this goes live, which I am, make sure your Xbox is ready to download it because unlike World of Tanks console, these guys actually push their updates out through the normal means, so your auto update feature should kick on, which is nice. The first update of the summer of 2020 is set to be quite festive and has something for everyone. We're expanding the cruiser line of the United States Navy fleet with a light cruiser branch, adding a new exciting project to the Bureau, and introducing new ships and commanders inspired by the Warhammer 40,000 universe, or 40K. Warhammer 40K, right? We're also introducing cross-platform voice chat. So you'll be able to finally deploy your skills in organizing. Organizing, guys. Play as a team. Everyone who's willing to engage. Willing to engage. That's the key word here, am I right? Several important balance changes are also on the platter. Read on to find out. Oh, this could get interesting. To begin with the festivities, we're going back to the New York port. Woohoo! Sweet! But this time, it's all ready for the Independence Day. Oh, that's gonna be epic. I want to see it all. New York is a fantastic backdrop for a port, by the way. It is awesome. The sounds, the sights, like you got everything. The Brooklyn Bridge, I believe, is right there. Like, it's beautiful. But yeah, the Independence Day is coming up, so that's gonna be a good one, guys. The Lone Veteran campaign. Our new campaign kicks off the American theme of this update with the new Tier 7 USN Heavy Cruiser, the Wichita, woohoo, is coming. You know, I don't know what the Wichita is. I'm laughing and happy because it's a new United States Heavy Cruiser. And you know how I feel about that. And it's going to be premium. So, woohoo. A unique ship with storied and successful Navy career. So maybe I'll do some history on this for the Meet the, because you know I'm going to be getting it. It's not even funny. Like, this is going to be a thing. Like, I got to have all the American, like, heavy cruisers and battleships, all that stuff. We got to do it. Light cruisers, I don't know. We'll see. In the game, you'll find her to be quite sturdy and able to withstand a number of battleship shell impacts when angled. Sweet. Sounds like she's going to have a lot of the same armor as, say, a Baltimore. You'll also find her ballistics and shells to be a bit different from any of her USN cruiser contemporaries. During the course of the campaign, you'll also... I don't know about this. This scares me. We'll see. During the course of the campaign, you'll also obtain several USN cruiser containers. These may just supply your ports with the new light cruisers. So it sounds like the cruisers are going to be in what you call it? In early access. It's going to be Tier 5 Dallas, Tier 6 Helena. Moreover, or Helena, I'm sorry, I don't know. God bless America. I'm an American. I don't know if you want it. Helena. Moreover, Tier 6 Premium Cruiser Boise is also waiting to be found in one of them. As usual, bigger containers have tangibly better chances of supplying the ships. Weigh them against your expectations on our dedicated container page. Other than the containers, you can expect to receive the red, white, and blue expendable camouflage to adorn any of your ships in the pattern of the U.S. flag, as well as the common boosters. I'm sorry, can we please get a permanent red, white, and blue? I will drape that on, I'll buy it over and over again. I'll put that on every American ship that I have. I'm not even joking. I will literally run the red, white, and blue on every ship in my freaking port. If I was allowed to buy red, white, and blue permanently. So yeah, make it a thing, Wargaming. You heard me. I would love to buy red, white, and blue permanent camo that I could slap on all my American ships. It would be amazing. Anyway, as well as the common boosters, commander items, and new campaign currency to spend in the Admiralty shop. Liberty Bonds. An interesting perk of this particular command is that you can finish it 1 week earlier. We've added some difficult missions that will really test your abilities and reward you with extra renown. The Shakedown Trials. Prevail in these, and you'll finish the campaign early. But you can still finish the entire campaign in 5 weeks if you skip them. Okay, so that's showing good players that put in the time and effort to grind can finish it early if they complete these missions, but you don't have to complete these missions in order to get the ship. You can not complete them and still finish, but it'll just take the normal amount of time. I like that. I like that. That takes and makes it where it's less grindy for the average player, but still possible to get the actual ship without having to spend extra doubloons if you put in the time and effort. I like that. And that's why I say that these developers are awesome. Like, you guys don't understand. This is just, it's so nice and refreshing to have developers that think of this stuff. Okay? It is. Now, I know they've made a few mistakes here and there, but honestly, their mistakes that they've made, in my opinion, are nothing compared to the things that I'm used to. So, I enjoy these developers a lot, and I make that known. Please note the Tier 7 United States Navy Cleveland is not available in this update and will be unlocked in the next. So, as usual, early access ships, the Tier 7 stays locked until the entire line comes out, the next update, which is 1 month, usually. So, just keep that in mind. Cleveland is going to be the Tier 7. Available rewards without Admiralty backing, as you can see. The value of the rewards without Admiralty backing is 19,333 doubloons. And if you pay for the Admiralty backing, 2,500 doubloons, you get all of this, and it is worth 74,283 doubloons. Like I said multiple times, between premium time and the 2,500 doubloons for Admiralty backing, you really can't go wrong. That is the best bang for your buck of spending your doubloons, if you're going to do it. Premium time, Admiralty backing. If you spend your doubloons on those, you're not going to be disappointed, because you get so much for your money. Plus, 22 red, white, and blue camos. I like it. Anyway. Project Red, White, and Blue. I'm going to have to use those camos to try to get a video in each one of my Tier 7 American battle, or like all of my Tier 7 American ships with the American flag as a camo. I think that would be awesome. Might have to do that. Project Red, White, and Blue. To add even more stars and stripes to this update, we're literally adding stars and stripes. That's right. The new project features 8 segments that will supply the Stars and Stripes permanent camo for several USN cruisers, as well as the Iowa. They already heard me. It's amazing. It's like they're thinking ahead. Oh my God. Permanent camo for United States Navy cruisers, as well as the Iowa, in the Project Red, White, and Blue. Now, is this a timed project? But you get... Ooh, hello, California. I see you over there. We got Iowa, Cleveland, Helena, Dallas, Baltimore, New Orleans, and Pensacola. Oh my God. All of them get permanent camos and stars and stripes. I love you guys. I'm not going to lie. Like, this is the beauty of doing things live. I had no idea that was going to be a thing. That's awesome. The ships ordered by segment are denoted on the infographic below. Once you're done with the whole project, you'll also receive Tier 5 Battleship California. All right, there you go. So that's how you're going to unlock the California. You get it as a reward for completing all of this project. I like it. This Tennessee-class unit is thick and heavy. All right, there we go. Now you're speaking my language. It's thick and heavy. I like it. And can withstand torpedo attacks with a degree of confidence. She'll no doubt remind you of several other United States Navy battleships in terms of her other features. Once again, you're free to research this project at your own pace, as there's no end date. Thank God. I was like, please don't make me switch off of my Alaskan Yamato. I'm so close. I'm halfway done. So sweet. As much as I would love to go straight into this and get all these camos and do all that, I'm definitely going to be doing this at some point after we get the, probably after I get Alaska and Yamato, I'll switch over and do Grosser first and this project at the same time. We'll knock it all out. But yeah, I really do enjoy it. Together with this new project, also port New York port in the background. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I don't like the ship that they chose for the one in the foreground. It's like they're teasing us. If you know what that ship is, leave a comment down below. It's like, all right, stars and stripes, all the goodies. We're gonna throw a Jean Bart or a Richelieu in as the thing. Thanks, guys. I don't think they thought that part through. But, you know, it's a thing. Am I wrong? Somebody, if I got that wrong, somebody's going to murder me. But I'm fairly confident that that is a 4-gun turret, and those are all mounted in the front. Oh, it's going to be bad if I got that wrong. Anyway, patrons become available for all projects, so we're going to be able to speed up our research a little bit, get that extra 3 per second or whatever it's going to be. It's going to be nice. All unfinished project segments can now benefit from your commanders, but keep in mind that those commanders are specific to each segment and require a minimum of rank 4 up to rank 15 at the later stages. So, okay, in order to use your commanders, they have to be at least rank 4, and then you will be required to have a rank 15 commander at later stages in the projects in order to get the patrons bonus. Luckily, most of us by now have at least one commander that's a rank 16, so hopefully we'll be able to use any commander for that. But it'll be interesting. I know they only let us use certain ships sometimes, so I hope that that's a thing. Hopefully we can all use our commanders throughout the whole thing. Anyway, researchable ships in the fleet sections of project segments can now be navigated to the from the fleet screen. You can research and or buy a particular ship via this message. Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. So if you need a specific ship for a project, you can actually buy the ship now from there, as long as you've researched it or that sort of thing. So that's a good feature, instead of having to go all the way back out. 4th of July victory bonus. Something you might enjoy during the 4th of July celebrations is another reason to lead your United States Navy ships into battle. The extra victory bonuses will be available for Tier 3 to Tier 7 America ships. So, yeah, those of us who love American ships going to be real happy. Those of us who not so much are not probably going to be as happy. But we get extra red, white, and blue camos. I like it. I like it a lot. And these are for extra victory bonuses for all of the tiers. So you can get a lot of camo, guys. A lot of red, white, and blue. I want to see the stars and stripes out there, fellas. And ladies. Ladies, I didn't forget about you. Warhammer 40,000, or Warhammer 40K as most of us call it. The future as portrayed by the legendary Warhammer universe is particularly grim in the 41st millennium. We're taking a closer look at what might have been if echoes of that world reached us and enriched the naval battles of the 20th century. You'll have 2 new ships at your disposal, as well as 2 fitting unique commanders with especially memorable voiceovers and special themed containers for Imperium and Chaos, all of which are exclusively available in the premium store. Moreover, both the ships and commanders can be found in the special themed containers in addition to expendable camos, flags, and patches. Choose your side. Ignis Purgatio, an Imperium battleship with Justinian Lions, or Leons, the 13th, at her helm, or Ragnarok with Arthas Rockthar, the Cold, at her helm. Ooh. Is this a one or the other? Or can you get both? I would probably end up getting both, if I'm honest. Because both of them sound pretty awesome as far as battleships. I want them both. And Ragnarok has some special things with me. I actually named a tank Ragnarok back in the day. If you know what tank it is, leave a comment down below. I might pin you. First person that I see that commented with the actual tank that was named Ragnarok, I will pin you, just so you know. While the new ships are based on IJN Nagato, they feature a more vertically pronounced ballistic arc, similar to American ships, faster gun reloading, and a significantly smaller hit point pool. But they are nimbler overall. They do require you to take risks. Please note, Ignis Purgatio does not have access to the aiming systems Mod 1, while Ragnarok does. The commanders, meanwhile, offer you a pair of new skills as many new base traits. Arthur Rockthar will have Blind Rage, which increases your ship damage while the catapult fighter is up, but reduces the fighter's duration, since cruisers can have their planes in the air for significantly longer periods of time. Their damage boost is limited to 6% at the maximum rank. Okay. And Avatars of Slaughter increases the... Okay, that's his base trait, Blind Rage. And then his extra skill is Avatars of Slaughter, increases the damage that your ship's superstructure receives, while reducing the damage your Citadel receives, and increasing your ship's shell damage by 15% max. Okay, so American and German battleships avoid this at all costs, because if you take extra damage to if you're increasing your ship's superstructure hit points, like, that's not good, because you have the most anyway. That would be a huge bonus. That's 25% more damage you can receive through your superstructure, and that is a nasty amount of damage that you can actually receive through your superstructure for American and German battleships in particular, while reducing the damage to your Citadel. Now, the Citadel kind of makes you really think about what ships would be good for this. And honestly, I think the ones that would benefit from this particular thing the most would be cruisers, because they have the smallest superstructure, smallest health pool to the superstructures, and take the most damage from their citadels. So this sounds cruiser-esque here. So we'll have to see the rest of his skills and see if it's battleship. I mean, he's in a battleship, obviously, so he's probably a battleship commander. But it looks like there's a couple things here that would be interesting for a cruiser. Justinian Lyons the 13th, compatible with United States Navy ships. That's cool. We finally get a unique commander. Emperor's Wrath base trait increases your battleship's overall damage as well as the chances for your HE to start fires while repair party is active. Okay, so only while your repair party is active do you get these bonuses. Or is it that increases the battleship's overall damage, but then this is while the repair party is active? I don't know. But the repair party is not active for very long on United States Navy ships, so just keep that in mind. This isn't a very big bonus if that's the case. Celestine's Blessing lowers incoming damage to your battleship. Okay. Or Celestines. 50% maximum. Are you kidding me? You're literally cutting all damage to your battleship in half while the damage control party consumable is active. Okay, it's a very short amount of time. That's what, 25 seconds? 20 seconds? So yeah, it's not a very long duration. But still, if you know you're going to get hit with a Citadel and you've got the ability to pump your DC, you can cut that damage in half. That's interesting. Interesting. I don't know if it's going to replace my William Sims, but I'll look at it. Cross-platform voice chat is here. So we've already talked about this. I'm not going to go too much there. In battle, voice chat can be switched between division, team, and off. So if you go to your map, you can go in and toggle it from team to division and so forth. Meanwhile, the ability to form divisions between players from a different platform is still in development, so stay tuned. So they're working on it. They want to get to a point where PlayStation and Xbox players can actually division together, but they're not at that point yet. So keep an eye out. And you guys will know when it's here, because you know that me and T-Bull and me and Hive and me and Tactic, at some point we're all going to get together and start having some. They can already do that. They've been doing it for a long time. Unfortunately, I'm the odd man out. I'm over here on Xbox. I'm the poor guy. You know, it's a thing. Balance changes. All right. We're bringing in more tweaks for this update to spice things up a bit. All of them continue. Hey, you guys have done a heck of a job of spicing it up so far with the Yadachi. That's all I'm saying. The matchmaking is very spicy right now to address Tier 7 ships. But fear not. We're on the lookout for overall and inter-tier balance now that legendary ships will start appearing in battle. So, without further ado, that's my line. You can't take my line. It's almost like they knew I was going to be reading this. Shapayev firepower is very pronounced, but where Kutuzov can be severely punished, her tech tree counterpart was able to withstand many a heavy shell. And thanks to her 30mm thick extremity plating to bring things into line and give Chapayev's opponent a better chance at survival, we're setting her plating to 26mm. And 26mm is a significant nerf. Okay, 30mm means that only 16-inch guns can do really anything to you. And even then, I don't think they overmatch you. Let me double check my math real quick. That'll be 30 times 14.3. 429mm guns were required to overmatch Shapayev's armor. Okay? That's ridiculous. That means only one ship that could possibly get into the game, which is Yamato, could overmatch a cruiser. That's ridiculous. Okay? So that's why it's getting nerfed. However, it's getting nerfed to the point where 15-inch guns can actually overmatch it, if I'm correct. So that'd be times 14.3. 371.8 millimeters is required to overmatch that armor. Okay, so if you're not familiar with overmatching, overmatching is when an armor, there's several things that go into when you hit a ship, whether or not your shell goes through or not. If you overmatch, there's an initial calculation for overmatching. If your shell is big enough to overmatch the armor, it does not matter if it's angled, does not matter anything. You're going straight through it. And if your citadel is sitting right behind that, you're in trouble. Ask the Baltimore. 16-inch guns, if you're bow tanking and you're close and they shoot straight through your bow, they will literally citadel you to death in one salvo. So keep that in mind. However, because they've knocked this down 1mm less than the Baltimore's current buff, which is 27mm, that means 15-inch guns can overmatch the Shapayev. Now, honestly, I don't know that the Shapayev is really going to struggle that much because of the fact that it's a standoff ship. I mean, it was very strong, don't get me wrong, but it is now capable of still being able to do its thing. It's just not going to be able to bow tank and just take this stupid amount of damage that it was able to take. So keep that in mind. If you play the Shapayev, you can no longer bow tank anything with 15-inch guns or higher. So just as a public service announcement, this has been your lesson in overmatching from Spartan Elite 43. Anyway, so this will result in more battleships overmatching our armor at angles, but we don't think it's going to rob Shapayev of her power. Rather, it will make the gameplay more demanding from a maneuvering perspective. In other words, you're going to have to think a little bit more. You can't just sit in the open water and fire your guns and take no damage in return. You're going to have to move around, play like a Kutuzov. Kutuzovs are very good at it, and they definitely they definitely get overmatched by battleships. So Kutuzovs are capable of doing it. Shapayev should be no different. It's going to be able to just run around and shoot HE from everywhere, and then when the moments arise, they can use their good AP as well. So, it's just a thing. And that is the natural strength of cruisers. Mobility, maneuverability, keeping at distance, especially the Russians and the Americans. We have the largest range of any of the cruisers. So use it. At the same time, we're improving her repair party slightly. Its cooldown has been reduced to 55 seconds instead of 60, and the amount of HP restored has been increased by 16.67. So she gets a stronger heal, and the cooldown has been reduced. So there you go. You give some and you get some. Despite Amagi not losing much in the way of statistical success, her popularity took a big hit, and many players suggested that her accuracy was very unreliable. To compensate, we've narrowed her dispersion ellipse a little, which should bump up the hit rate for her shells by about 6.5%. Honestly, I wouldn't mind the dispersion if we had the turning back, Because the biggest issue that I have with the Amagi currently is the fact that they made her so difficult to turn that by the time you get the rear guns involved, which is most of your firepower, by the way, 6 of your 10 guns are on the back, so you kind of need to get the back involved. When you swing out, Japanese battleships are particularly vulnerable with getting citadeled by over-angling. And when you shoot the rear of the ship in particular, you get more chances for citadels, in my experience. So the fact that she's slower and not able to get out and shoot and back before the enemy can reload and punch you, it's unfortunate. So, that being said, it will be interesting. I will definitely do an update with the Amagi, see if I feel any difference in the ship or not. We know that Japanese battleship dispersion is troll at best. It has moments where it's absolutely amazing, and then most of the time it's just, it'll paint a circle around your ship and just laugh at you. All right, so yeah. They're looking for a hit rate buff to her shells of about 6.5%. That's not that big of a, change. But you're talking about guns that are 410 millimeters. 6.5% more chance for it to actually hit the target. That's 6.5% more citadels, potentially. Richelieu has received a 50% increase to her turret hit points. This has been done to give a unique advantage over the Jean Bart. Thank God they're doing something to help get rid of Jean Bart's. There's got to be a reason to play the Richelieu, and now they're doing it. So the Jean Bart is going to be more susceptible to having its front turrets knocked out than the Richelieu, which had the same initial turret hit point value. Both ships are known for being quite the snipers, but while Jean Bart receives more love from the player base, her turrets can be disabled pretty easily when the attention is there. Exactly, which is what I go back to from all the way back in the day. Get rid of those turrets as quickly as you can. As you saw on the stream today, if you saw the stream, you can neuter a Jean Bart. Literally neuter it. Just take its freaking turrets completely out, and it can do nothing to you. And then you can turn your attention to everybody else. Just remember, if you're close enough, they're going to turn into a torpedo. They will ram you, and they have an engine boost, so keep that in mind. Richelieu will now be able to better withstand such attacks against her turrets. In comparison to Jean Bart, she does lack some burst damage thanks to Jean Bart's main battery reload booster, but she will now be better able to sustain damage over a longer period of time, with a better chance of operating both turrets. Okay, I like it. That'll give some love to the Richelieu. Richelieu is a good ship, but there's a reason that you don't play it. It's because the Jean Bart was better. Now there's actually a reason that you would play the Richelieu over the Jean Bart. You give up your reload booster, but you get turrets that aren't as easy to knock out. So I like it. Overall, that's a good change. I like that. Another change is coming that won't necessarily affect balance directly, but modifies the bigger balance in economy picture. The 25% XP bonus for premium ships will no longer apply to base XP after a battle, but has been moved to other modifiers. We've also increased this bonus to 30% to keep the total XP per battle about the same. Okay. So the base XP that you get in the match is no longer going to be 25% of that. But instead it's going to be 30% of whatever other modifiers such as damage, spotting, that sort of thing, I'm assuming. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, so that's the thing. The short version is that the only modifier in the team result table is now victory and your total XP with the premium ship bonus is now visible only in the economics tab. This means that premium ships... Okay, that's why they did it. That makes more sense. So basically, as we saw on the stream today, I get 3 kills and I didn't do a lot of damage, but I get 3 kills and I'm in the fight the entire match, and I end up 5th on the team because 3 premium ships placed ahead of me in the leaderboard solely based off of the base XP. Okay, so again, this is a not a major change in how much XP you're going to earn, but just how the teams are displayed after the match to show how well you did versus other people on your team and that sort of thing. In other words, I'm going to be top of the leaderboard more often because there ain't going to be as many destroyers, and that'll also help ranked battles. Okay, so ranked battles, you can see right there, this applies to ranked battles. So premium ships and rank battles are no longer going to have a higher chance of being at the top of the leaderboard just because they're premium ships. So thank you, Wargaming, for this. That's actually a good change. It'll be interesting to see the rest, but yeah, that's definitely interesting. I do like that. Matchmaking hasn't been left untouched either, specifically destroyers in Tier 4 through Tier 5 battles. With battle tier denoting the maximum ship tier in a battle, the higher tier experiment proves successful, so we're spreading this algorithm to more battle tiers. This means that from this update onwards, whenever you're in such a battle and there are no different tier divisions present, destroyers will be mirrored in the vast majority of cases. Note that if the search takes too long, you might see a difference in the number of destroyers per team, but these cases will be few and far between. Uneven numbers of cruisers and battleships are allowed in order for this to work. Miscellaneous improvements and bugs. Several ship traits have been reallocated, and some of the more questionable combinations have been improved. For example, Monarch no longer supports or sports nimble aim, but has greater heal instead. Okay, so that's just in the description function. And doesn't actually affect the ship's performance. Tab titles in the menu are now underscored for improved legibility. Daily trials in the Bureau now have a minimum XP requirement. This means that if the battle is won but a player didn't participate, it won't be counted towards the trial completion. Okay, another nice change. In the previous update, big containers could drop duplicate ships that were compensated for at their full doubloon price. From now on, there will be no duplicates in these containers. Okay, so from now on, if you get one ship, then the next big container that would give you a ship gets you another ship instead. So that's interesting. Also means that once you get all the ships available for that big crate, you should probably stop buying big crates because you're not going to get any more ships. So yeah, that's the thing. Personal missions such as those that came with the Soviet battleships could erroneously be obtained twice, yet only completed once. The correct behavior for them is single use. In cases where there were multiple campaigns per update, if a player was in the campaign menu whenever a new campaign began, the focus frame sometimes disappeared. Okay, that's a very specific fix. All right, we're not going to go through all these. You guys will have to check these out. And other ships, other premium ships in this update: Tier 5 USS Monaghan, available for doubloons. Tier 6 destroyer, oh, that was a destroyer. Tier 6 cruiser USS Flint, available for doubloons. Tier 6 cruiser USS Atlanta, available for 750,000 global XP. That is actually a misprint. It's not 750,000 XP. It's going to be 500,000 XP, global XP. So it'll be 500,000 global XP to get your USS Atlanta. There's been a lot of people asking about it. You'll finally be able to pick up the Atlanta for 500,000 global XP. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I know it's a long video. Hopefully you guys had a snack. I'm sorry that I talk your ear off, but I like to go over these in great detail, give you guys all of the nooks, all the crannies, all my reactions to all of the thing. You guys know I don't lie. I just get in here, give you my thoughts on everything. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.